I have been attacked relentlessly throughout this campaign. I know that's part of campaigns. I've been in campaigns. But I'm used to the facts being used. And in this particular campaign, there's been a lot of distortions. You know, there's for example, I found out the other day that apparently there's an allegation that started on a blog that's now asking for contributions so it can stay up. But apparently I have apparently misrepresented the fact that I prosecuted 40 cases in the military. So I pulled out my spreadsheet and I looked, and I actually prosecuted more than 40. But I have the spreadsheet with the names and the cases. I even called my commander from the Army, and I said, "You're not going to believe what my opponent's saying, what the websites are saying, what our sitting congressman has repeated, that I somehow lied about that." So my commander said, "Well, have him call me, and I'll walk him through the 40-something cases. I'm sure that won't happen. I'm sure there'll be no retraction." But this blog mentality, where you just take whatever people put on the blog and repeat it, that's not the way I do business.
Ms. Elliott, 1 minute response.
Well, I think character does matter, and I think I can see there is a nexus between the discussion about uncertainty and character, because when we stand before you and ask us to vote for us, you ought to be in a position to believe what we say, and you ought to be in a position to have to question. If you say one thing on one day, and then when it becomes uncomfortable, you change and you have a different position 2 or 3 months later, that creates some uncertainty about the people who are standing before you and asking you to vote for them. What we have done with our public lives and how we have done it matters, and that's where character comes in. And it is totally illegitimate, and I think irresponsible if you think that we can stand before you and ask you for your vote and not have character be a part of how we've conducted ourselves and what we've done. And so it's not just a matter of an attack, it's about taking responsibility for our actions and taking responsibility for the positions that we've taken.
And we re-ask the question of you, Ms. Elliott. What do you find lacking in your opponent's past performance?
If by past performance you mean, I assume, other careers, what I pointed out is that I find lacking, for example, I went to hear those U.S. attorneys when they came to the law school because I wanted to know more about, from their perspective, what had gone on. I do find it troublesome that Mr. Griffin got his job as a U.S. attorney, not according to what I've said, but according to what the Inspector General's report tells us. I've got a copy of it right here. That at the same time that he was being friendly with Mr. Cummins, he was spreading rumors about him, or slander, whatever you want to call it. I'm being friendly with you right now in an email exchange, but I'm telling folks behind your back that I've heard that I didn't say it. I'm just reporting I heard you were lazy. I do think it is absolutely problematic when we say on one day we support fair tax, flat tax, but when it comes down to it and questions are asked, all of a sudden we have different positions. Yeah, character matters.
Mr. Griffin.
Character is absolutely critical, and I think if you're voting on character in this campaign, you should vote for me. And let me tell you why. First of all, if you read the entire IG report, which I am intimately familiar with, all the details, you will find that the list of people to be replaced as U.S. Attorney was put together before I ever stepped foot at the White House. I had no knowledge of it and no input in it. I was blessed to be asked to be U.S. Attorney. I was honored to serve. And if you want to know, you want to pick anything in my life that's been a constant for 14 years, look at my military record. All of my military evaluations, not by blogs, not by editorialists, by my superior officers in the U.S. military. They have graded me year after year after year without any of this politics on them. All of my evaluations are on my website. They talk about my integrity, they talk about my work ethic, they talk about my legal ability. All of it is right there for you to see, and I would welcome if you would go to my website and view that.